to the Max Effort Kitchen podcast. I am your host, Chef Matt, and like I said, we got a good recipe episode for you today. We're a little bit behind on the show. It's been about, a week and a half since our last Max Effort Kitchen show, and life has happened. People got sick, work got busy, family stuff, kids, plays, all that fun stuff. But hey, at the very end of the day, I'm just thankful I, have the ability to do it all. Even though sometimes it feels like you just can't, right? It's funny how that happens in life when you just, you sit back and you reflect on everything that goes on and even if it's just like in a singular day and how much we actually accomplish as humans. And then you hear somebody else's day and you're like, wow, and I thought I did a lot, or wow, maybe I'm doing way too much, and get you thinking. And then you start doing that evil thing that we don't like to do, which is compare. Comparing is always it's just ugly. You should never compare yourself. Man, if I could compare myself to all the other podcasts out there, I probably wouldn't be podcasting, right? But there's no sense in doing that because we are individuals and we get to take the opportunity to share our individual self with people. And, some people like it, some people don't. But hey, such is life, right? It's interesting. Last week, I had an opportunity. I was asked to be on an industry panel, and it was, it wasn't anything major. There was probably like 40, 50 people there. And they asked a matter, four of us. There were four people there. And there was a gentleman there was a produce manager from a pretty well-known grocery store, New Seasons, I think. There was somebody that was representing public school nutrition, which that was really cool. There was also somebody that was representing the older folks, like the people who basically the retired folks and the ones that live in the retirement homes and man, it's just really. I was thinking about it this morning and kind of reflecting back on that experience, and it's really cool that like all of us can come together and we can share stories and talk about like our challenges throughout our positions or our day and keeping the business running and all this stuff, and giving people insight on what we're seeing and just having an opinion that people care about. But what's really cool about it is it actually brings us together and helps, this industry thrive. And I just don't think that there's enough of that going on, especially in the changing times that we are in right now, because so much of what we do is just working with people, and we get caught up in the everyday hustle and bustle and like, oh man, it's going to be such a busy week. And oh, I got this to do. And I just don't think I'm going to be able to accomplish it. And your brain gets overwhelmed, and it can be a rough thing to sit back and take a breath and just realize that one step at a time, one day at a time, 1 week at a time. And no matter what happens, things will be okay. And these kind of events really reassure you that like the industry is not as bad as we are saying it is, or we feel it is, or maybe the news is depicting it, making it out to be, or that picture that's being painted throughout, medias and stuff. Like it's really not as bad. It's actually thriving in a way that there's this energy that you don't know it's there until you experience it, but it's a new energy, and I'm really digging it. And this was a really cool experience, although a smaller panel, but just the opportunity to be able to get up there and, speak my opinion and have people listen. I feel truly honored to be able to do that. And that was a really cool experience. And I'm trying to actually get footage from it. I don't know if anybody took video of it, but it was, I think there's some pictures out there that I'm trying let's get on to soup and talk about that, because we're in the weather for it, right? And we have this, I don't know if you have it, but I have it. And it's this like innate like feeling to eat soup or something warm. When it's a constant 30 to 40 degrees outside, regardless if it's raining or not, like your body, it craves something warm. And so I've been playing around a lot with soups. You might have heard me talk about it on Food for Thought a little bit, but we're going to go into the depths of it on what I'm doing and how I'm making it, because this technique will actually set it aside from soups you get at the store, from soups you're making at home. And maybe you're already doing this technique, and if you are, shoot, let me know if I missed it. Take a drink. So what we do now is we make our rice. And, in normal cases, I would say, all right, get your rice on. And then while your soup's cooking, your rice is cooking, and everything will be done at once. We don't want that. And the reason why is because if you cook your rice afterwards, rice has to cook for 20 minutes. Now, I'm sorry, Sean, everybody else, I don't use a rice cooker. So I am old school. I cook rice in my pot. I make sure it cooks. I make sure it is a solid 20 minutes and it comes out perfect every time. We're not going to go down that road. But I don't believe in rice cookers yet. I know that Sean's getting me, moving me towards that. So we'll see about that. But I like to cook my rice after I'm down to a simmer on the soup. And I just do like a white jasmine rice. Hey, sometimes I'll flavor it. It all depends on what I'm doing. But it's a good substitute for noodles. And I like rice because, I'm big into the weightlifting world, and I need to get those complex carbs in me. And so the egg noodle is cool. I think the egg noodle gets a little too soft for me, and I like the way the rice makes it out to be kind of like a porridge. And it depends on how much rice you put in there. But so cook your rice 20 minutes. When that rice is done, that soup will be done. I like 2 scoops of rice, and then I just pour the soup over until the bowl's full. And voila, you have your chicken and rice soup. Now, if you're gonna go the egg noodle route, here's what you're gonna do. You're going to take give your soup about 15, 20 minutes to simmer. Okay, take it off the heat, throw in your egg noodles, because those egg noodles will soften just like that. Okay, so make sure that that's the very last thing you do. If you have a canned vegetable like a pea or something, or like maybe you're putting in some corn and just trying to save some time, do that at the very end as well. It doesn't take much to heat that stuff up. Let's go through the recipe one more time. We got oil, butter, carrots, onion, celery, oregano, wine, salt and pepper, chicken, pre-cooked chicken. We got chicken stock, and then I put it over a rice or an egg noodle. I will put this recipe on the Instagrams. So if you want the actual recipe with quantities, I will throw it up there. There's some different variations you can do with this. And I've really been experimenting with this because I see so here's something I've been doing is the carrot ginger soup base. I think they sell it at most grocery stores. It's in the carton, okay? So I kind of do the same thing where I do oil, butter, carrots, onions, no celery, but I'll do potatoes. Okay. And then I throw in salt and pepper. I do the wine. I skip the oregano. I do chicken. And then I put in that, you know what I replaced the oregano with? A curry powder. I'm telling you, you want to make like a quick faux curry, this is the way to go. I did it with butternut squash soup. I've done it with the carrot ginger soup, and I'm going to keep on experimenting it. But replace the oregano with a curry powder. Still do the wine, the salt and pepper. Still put your chicken in there. Use the, instead of chicken stock, we're using the carrot ginger base, and we're serving that over rice. People, these are easy meals, okay? This isn't anything that I'm saying go out and, cook your grandma, her last meal on. That was a bit dark, I know. But you understand what I'm saying. So take the time to, understand like these recipes. At least this one right here, this is about convenience. But we're going to take convenience and we are going to meld it with technique, which is going to create a superior product. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to eat well, right? Fuel our bodies, make the food that puts smile on our faces, So try it out. Shoot me some DMs if you have questions. Look for the recipe on the Instagram. I don't know. I want to get some feedback. All I have right now is Instagram. I was thinking about building a Max Effort Kitchen Facebook, but I get a little bit overwhelmed with the too many of the social medias. I know that TikTok is the rage right now, but man, I'm doing what I need to do on Instagram. So let's keep it there. But if any of you out there are like, hey, no, you need to be on this, let me know. But be on the lookout for those fun things I was talking about. Like I said, take pictures, make this soup, enjoy it. It definitely warms your soul. And like I said, we're going to try to get a show on Wednesday with Sean, another food for thought. We got a cool little part of that coming up, which we're looking forward to. We're going to be tasting some food and talking all about it. So I hope everybody out there has a great night. Thank you for joining me. And remember, food is love.